My name is Holistic Hellen. I am a Dutch holistic healer, soul development mentor living in Switzerland. So, how did I get to this spontaneous topic? Well, to be honest, I've published one book already and I am planning to publish a few more books. For that I was following a book workshop with a German guy. That moved. That is an understatement. Like everyone has their favorite teacher, their favorite mentor, their favorite writer, author, actor, whatever. I found my favorite book coach and he gave me an insight. Thanks to the insight, I've been creating with the Angels of High Magic a law for me. And of course the law, the higher universal law already existed. It just never came to my awareness that it existed. So thanks to Ricardo Biron, I'm aware of a universal law at the moment and I've been playing with that. So what is it then? I'm going to give you some context, because doing 5 evenings of a book workshop, and then I really want to work with this coach, but I don't have the finances yet. And I was boggling in my mind how I'm going to create that, how will I create so much money, because I know it's worth it, because all of you will get an excellent book when I go to that guy, to that team, to help me coach through the book process. And then one of the last things he said was, as long as you accept the situation as it is, it will stay that way. So, let me rephrase. The moment you start not to accept the situation as it is, it will change. And funnily, amusingly, my life is always really fluid, spontaneous. A lot of stuff happens, even though I live on top of a hill. Stuff happens. And I've realized that I've been painting my painting. I'm going to show you later. This painting I started in 2016. And a year later, I wrote on my painting a set of words. And I think it's now 2 years ago, I wrote the second set of words on it. And one of the words on it is acceptance. Click, click, click. Acceptance, the insight. The moment you keep accepting the situation, it will remain as it is. What I never checked, and oh my god, sometimes I'm a little bit slow, I'm honest. Acceptance is not only about accepting the situation as it is, as I learned last Friday, it can also be not accepting the situation. And funnily, I am someone, I had quite a life full of experiences. A lot of events, a lot of trauma, a lot of rubbish, a lot of joy, a lot of amazing things. It has been a roller coaster. And I tend to say, if a certain situation is not the way I like it, I am the one, I have to change it. So that is in a way, it is already a sense of not accepting. But there was this deep-rooted problem within me of not having money. Because I'm really honest, I am excellent in creating and manifesting without money. For example, this desk. Pretty old. I painted it myself, of course. And I bought it in Switzerland, I think 4 years ago, together with a cupboard and 2 other lovely schranken for 100 francs. And let me tell you, 100 francs in Switzerland is not that much. I tend to find things for an extremely low price. But you have to keep in mind, I have this life purpose, life goals, goals of my soul, goals of my personality. For example, I am someone I like luxury, but a lot of the time I don't have money. So I create ways to be able to be surrounded by luxury without having the means. But still, in a way, it's here. I recognized a year ago, for the life I want to live, I need to start learning to create with money. So, a year later, I have not mastered it yet, but listen, not yet, because I will. To get there, I have to go within myself. Know thyself, connais autant. I have to know my weaknesses, my dark sides, my shadow sides, my light sides, my strengths. It all has to be discovered. It all has to be explored. I mean, all these videos I do, of course, it is multifaceted. Because for me, it's like a training for what I have in mind to do later with all of you. So you can count on it that one day I won't be doing videos, but I will be doing other things. I like the thought of that. On the other hand, it is my angels, the healing agencies I work with, who ask me, Helen, 2.5 years ago, the angels asked me to write blogs for children. From that, the result is my first book, the little book. Now, I am on my path to publish the blue book, Guilty. Pretty soon after that one, the book which I think is most important for the entire world will be the pink book, Creation. Well, as the title says it, creation. Wouldn't it be interesting if you learn from an author to create who did it herself? Well, I'm on that path, learning to create, learning to manifestate. I am on it for already 20 years. I have a lot of details, it's amazing. And I had to live through a lot of karma, unfulfilled life lessons from my previous lives, influencing my current life. So, anyways, back to acceptance. One of the things I have been accepting is certain situations in life, because in my past, the weight of learning a life lesson was heavier than the suffering caused by not having enough money. But I am in a balancing phase of my life. Meaning, certain things I don't want to accept anymore. And this is not only about talking about acceptance. This is not about talking about what do I accept in life, what don't I accept in life. It is about the transmission which is about to start, coming from an angelic source, supported by the center of the planet. And it is this transmission of the higher universal law of acceptance, bringing balance in life. Like if you are a regular viewer, you know I like to work on a soul level, working with your past life, your previous incarnations. I like to work with an event spiral, event-based dissolving stuff, timeline, current lifetime, and ancestral lines. That is the basic, because if you do that, you have covered so much time, so much space, so much influences. I mean, perhaps in the future I will come up with some more, but for now this is a pretty good basic. If you have a past of this lifetime where you have been accepting things being done to you, the law of acceptance is able not to only bring true acceptance, but also to make create a space for you where you as spirit, where you as hurt inner self aspects can stand up for yourself and say, no, I know that I have accepted this in my past, but no more. Now, because it's healing in the now, influencing the past, or, well, better stated, it's healing in the past, because, I don't live in linear time, so that is your benefit, because the moment I, as a healer, have the metaphysical awareness that time is not only linear, it's also fragmental, it's also circular, it's ephemeral. That is a great benefit for you. Because of my expanded consciousness, you can lift yourself up and allow you to give yourself healing steps. Because that's all what happens. I'm just a mediator, I am like a podcast channel. So, I think it's enough said, enough blah blah blah. I'm going to set up the healing space for all of you. And why is that? Well, you do have protective software on your computer, don't you? Yeah, I thought so. So you have a password, see it as a password. I'm going to set up a space, so it will be protected and confidential, so that other spirits who have ill will intentions cannot enter. They cannot see what is happening within you. So that's pretty neat. And I know, and I've tested it over and over again, it works no matter in what kind of environment you are. So even if you are in a, let's say, the image popping up is a drug addict environment. Usually there are a lot of entities, negative entities surrounding that. But the moment we set up this healing space, they don't perceive you anymore. So that's pretty neat. It's pretty safe. And let's get on to it. And I do notice there are already several healing agencies I've known for quite some years now are showing up. Because if you think you are the only viewer, no, this is so amusing. I mean, I have this already, I think 2004, I've started giving healings. And I had a certain client. Always, when I had him as a client, a lot of spirits showed up, observing, what am I doing, witnessing. And so, yes, you're not the only viewer. We have a lot of entities watching what I do, what I offer you, what is being transmitted from several sources, several healing agencies. And yeah, just know you're not alone. So, it's time to call in your spiritual support team. I'm going to call in my spiritual support team. I'm going to call in my holy guardian angel, head guide, my guides. Let's be connected to divine providence. Let's be connected to the spirit of the center of the planet. Allow her to ground us to total present time. I made hot lemon water this time. A little bit lot of lemon. Oh, yeah. And let's welcome ourselves here. Let's be grounded, aligned, and centered. Let's be one with the higher self, subconscious self. As higher self, let's merge and create a state of unity between our conscious and subconscious selves. And the subconscious selves, let's accept a state of unity. As higher self, let's merge and create a connection with the higher self, the planet, higher self, the moon, higher self, the sun, higher self, the cosmos. And for those who like, they can extend their grounding to the center of the galaxy. And call in angels of high magic, guides, holy guardian angels, spiritual support team, whomever that is. That is for each of you individual and different. And butterfly. And create a magical circle, magical shield on the outside of the circle so that whatever happens within is protected and confidential. And interesting, this time only 3 healing spaces for viewers appear. They are telling me in instant that there are 3 core topics within acceptance. And one is really family focused. What is being accepted within the family, and then on both sides, the light and the dark side, meaning the positive and the negative, the strengths and the weaknesses, meaning family situations which have been accepted but which should not have been accepted, and giving a lot of dynamics within the family. Whoa, that's interesting. Then the second viewers is about work. And no matter what job you have, if you work in a plant, or you work in a factory, or in a marketing business, or you have your own business, within the work situation, so your stream of income, the work you provide for your own stream of income, there's a lot to do with acceptance. What do I accept? For example, you are in a restaurant business. I know one of my first chefs, I always learned a lot from him. I always said, I'm female. I've never been to military, but hey, I had my chef. Really structured. And he always said, klant is koning, maar ik ben de keizer. That had a lot to do with what am I willing to accept to fulfill the wishes of my guests. Where's the boundary? So acceptance also has a lot to do with boundaries. Yeah. There's another one is being created, a third viewer space, but it's not ready yet. They want me to talk a little bit more about business. Also, it has a lot to do with when you are an employer and you have employees. it is also, what do I accept from them? How much am I willing to give? How much am I willing to ask them to give me? Where's the balance? You know, acceptance. I think acceptance is a pretty interesting topic when you look at it, because it has almost like a trace of resonance in almost each situation. Acceptance. That's nice. Life always gives you new insights. Beautiful. So, third is still not ready, but they are showing me stuff. It's a well-protected space. It's a healing space for viewers. If you are in there, you have extra protection. You have concentric circles around your aura. You have separation roses. You have a lot of tools separating you from wherever you are, from the outside, interdimensionally. Why is that? Okay. Let's just name what it is. The third group of viewers have to do, in this life or in previous life, with crime. That can be assaulting others in ways ending up in death. It can be stealing from others, or that you are in there because others stole from you, or they, well, you know, crimes, white collar crimes, blood crimes, revenge crimes, a lot of crime. And what a lot of people, I would say, and I'm really careful, but I would say that 99% of each living human being on this earth doesn't realize that crime is almost always affected by negative entities. Whether someone is aware of a being telling them to kill another person or not. I think that not too many people will be clear of mind enough that they can differentiate the difference between this is my voice or wait a minute, this is a voice of a demon. Because there is a difference. Please realize that. There's a difference between your own voice and a voice coming from another dimension. It can be an astral being. It can be a being from hell, one of the hells, one of the many layers of hells. That's part of my job, freeing up people out of hell. That's why my birth father gave me my name, Hellen, not with one L. Because in Dutch, in my native tongue, if it would be with one L, it would be healing. If you translate it into English. But Helen, if you translate it into English the way my dad wanted to write it, it's multiple hell. Well, luckily, I've learned a technique which I will never learn on any video for any being. How to go safely to hell and free people up. It's a gift. It's a privilege to do that and to do it safe. That is also. So, wow, it will be a video. They also show me that the viewer space of crime and viewer space of business or job, income providing, are all based on the family issues. It's pretty normal, I think. So why don't we focus today on the family issues and allow the other issues to resonate to the moment something touches something inside of you, you're going to resonate, and no matter when you watch this video, even if it's this week or you watch it in 10 years, you are part of a group of viewers watching, you're building together a collective consciousness, and you are lifting each other up, elevating each other's consciousness, so you can heal more easy. So that's great, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so. Well, I'm just observing what is being done. A cosmic call of justice is entering our space. It will overshadow the viewers who are ready now to receive balance, a balancing session from the cosmic call of justice. So it won't be for all of you, but for those who are ready, and those who feel emotion stirring or a certain tingling somewhere in your body, you will receive a balancing of the cosmic call of justice. The angels are bringing in a symbol. It's like like that. You know, it's a small globe. Within that there is a symbol of the higher universal law of acceptance. We would almost forget what the video is about, isn't it? Acceptance. And they will start on the incarnational string, bringing in the symbol of the law of acceptance into that soul level, into the past lives, your previous incarnations. And the symbol just flows through the incarnational string, bringing balance in acceptance of situations you have experienced in your previous life. Yeah, that's quite a lot. That's true, you're correct. But like I said, time is not linear, so that goes pretty fast. They just do it to bring awareness, to bring a certain basic level of balancing of acceptance. They're also bringing in the symbol of the higher universal law of acceptance into the family tree. It's amazing because usually when I work with the ancestral line, the family tree, they always start with the stem of the tree, which is yourself, which is the I. They don't do that now. They start from the outside. They start about 3,000 years ago, working inward. Okay, that's what they do. We have to trust that they have the oversight, the insight, why that is the most effective and best way. So we just let them do that. If I observe all the viewer spaces, for almost all viewers this is happening. There are a few who declined that because their belief system doesn't allow them to. That's fine, that's okay. I suppose that those are the persons who also decline the incarnational string, but they do accept healing on their timeline. Okay. A balancing within the ancestral line of acceptance. Never thought of that. That is stirring. Poor. Can you imagine 3,000 years of ancestors who receive now on a high level balancing in accepting stuff in life? This means for ancestors that frozen energy and trauma are being unstuck and are being processed. That means also on a system level that people on a soul level and a system level are able to take in their rightful place within the family tree. I know normally I am counting, but I don't see the contribution of counting at this moment. Just want you to close your eyes, observe what is shifting within. Observe your memories, perhaps images of many generations, what happened. And if you are visually strong, you can always hit the pause button, so you take the time to become aware of what has not been accepted in a healthy way in your ancestral line. Just watch the videos, I always call them. The videos of the imagery of what happened in the ancestral line, what has to do with toxic acceptance. There's a lot of violence being processed, I see. A lot of grief is being processed. A lot of abandonment issues are being processed. They are brought to the surface. They are being brought into the awareness of your higher self, of your spirit, other self aspects. And drips of information will be brought into your own awareness, so you can start processing them. And you have a strong spiritual support team at your service who assist you in processing and bringing balance in the most comfortable way possible at this time. And while this process of the ancestral line continues, I notice that the focus is being shifted upon the event space spiral, and it is most likely that you will now become aware of events in your past where you accepted certain situations which can be labeled as toxic acceptance, influencing your life currently negatively. Sabotaging. And for those who are highly psychic, they see a spiral with a few or a lot of dots on it, depending how many events in life you had. And I think it's most likely that within the first 7 years of your life, we had a lot of moments where you had to accept circumstances, events, or you were made to accept them. And the law of acceptance brings a natural balance and the hurt inner child aspects who are suffering from having to accept a certain situation which is sabotaging your current life path. That will be brought into balance, it will be healed, it will be processed. It's just like a spiral, and this glowing globe with the higher universal law of acceptance within it goes over the spiral, touching event after event and bringing balance and healing. I feel a lot of grief in myself coming up. I have no awareness of a memory, but that's so fine. It's okay. I just sense it's a really young age. And what I see, that there are a lot of events on my spiral attached to that core, that trigger moment. And because that trigger moment is being healed and being brought in balance, all the rest of the events of accepting in a toxic way, which I might not have realized it was toxic, is being processed more easy. It's like being said as a 2 or 3-year-old that I'm not allowed to play with that. I'm not allowed to have a piece of fruit right now. I'm not allowed to have this, or I'm not allowed to have that. Just keep on being repeated. I'm not allowed to. And when an I, a self, which is 2 to 3 years old, hears that over and over again, it affects the self-worth, just a moment, self-esteem. And what I see, that's why the cosmic call of justice has been surrounding us, that any events which has been played out in a toxic way, karma is being completed, justice is being brought to the players of the events. And I also see there's a lot shifting in the viewer space of crime. It's amazing. So much forgiveness being infused at the moment. So many viewers have been denied of basic stuff. Love, food, shelter. I can appreciate this of this law. It's a little bit like the law of rhythm and cycle. The higher law of rhythm and cycle tends to, when you have that process through a timeline, it fills up anything which has been missing. And that is amazing. I have the sense that through activating this higher universal law of acceptance on a event-based spiral level, that the law of rhythm and cycle is also involved. That's always, if you activate one, a bunch of others are being triggered also. It's like being denied of basic things like safety, like shelter, like warmth, love, food. It can be so primed into the mind that you keep on repeating yourself, like I am. I can create a lot of stuff, but I have to learn to create with money. Because I don't know about you, but if I go to the store, I have to pay. If I go to my garden, I don't have to pay. That's true. It's amazing how much basic stuff in life, in daily life, daily struggle, stems from the first 7 years of life. And can be transformed by using healing agencies and higher universal laws. And you must realize a law is the ultimate. Healing agencies are below a law. From reference from a hierarchy. So, how are you feeling at the moment? I feel a little bit sad, when I'm honest. I feel some viewers are annoyed, some are weeping, some are, I would say sleeping, but that rhymes too much. No. They are just in this anger, and if you are one of those who feel that anger within you, you must know that that anger is covering up a level of grief, of sadness. Allow yourself to go a level lower. Go through the anger, go through the rage, and go and allow yourself to feel what is hurting within you. And be aware you have the safety of the higher universal law of acceptance as a lead healing agency. And there are many more laws working for you. There are healing agencies like angels and also healing spirits, elemental healing spirits also, who are helping you to transform these emotions within you. And just allow it. Find this space within you that you observe your emotions. Observe them, witness them, and realize you are not your emotion. It's just passing in the blink of an eye through you. And let's go to the next phase. We go to bring more awareness in our current timeline. And we're going to play with ephemeral time. I don't think I've done that before in a video. Ephemeral time is like a circular time, but on a linear time base. Oh my god. Oh, I wished I had more vocabulary to my disposal. It's not circular time on a linear base. It's like, for example, that's you. Yeah? So, this is your timeline. And this is you. This is linear time. You get it? Linear time. This means a field of reality. We are going to change the field of reality just in a few moments. What we are going to do, we expand the timeline, the linear time, to ephemeral time. That is more circular. what we are going to do is we are going to extend ephemeral time, also location-wise. Meaning, for example, I am going to take the example as on a place where I've been several times in my life. I've lived there, I've worked there, I'm coming there already for 20 years. And it's a mountain in Switzerland, it's a hotel resort. And when I extend ephemeral time, the time we're going to talk about in a moment, but for now we're going to talk about the location. If I extend ephemeral time to that location only events happening on that certain location will be touched and will be processed. Meaning, all events occurred in a different place are left out. That's great, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So, determine for yourself what kind of location you would like to cover for the coming minutes in ephemeral time. If you don't know what it is, allow your higher self and your spirit and your holy guardian angel to determine a location. So the location base is being determined at the moment. Mine is the Burgerstock. I feel already the energy shifting. The energy of the area where I am now is changing. It's now receiving the vibration of the Burgenstock through space and time, meaning I came there for the first time in the year 2000, and then it was had a different owner than the current one, and old buildings, new buildings, a lot of stuff is being infused. And now we are going to expand time. That's also part of ephemeral time. And when we expand time, and that is the trick, and that is the most amazing thing to do if you are able to master time like I do. And I know I'm not the only one, so there are many more out there. And I'm pretty sure a few of you are watching right now. You can extend time. Let's start 1 second. 1 second in front, 1 second behind. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 seconds. Now you are in a different state of time. It all, it has now like 14 seconds. 7 seconds in the future, 7 seconds in the past. And I'm going to count. So, and for those who say this is interesting, you can live with me and extend time. And for those who say no, it's fine too. You stay where you are in time. Just in the present moment, because this is not for everybody. But for me it's really beneficial. We're going to extend for many, many years into the future, into the past. Knowing that I've been coming onto the Burgenstock for at least 20 years, 21 years, it's most logic that I'm going to extend time for at least 21 years. If you want to extend time longer, that's fine. Just always ask, do I have permission to extend time at this moment? For those who have, and get a lot of yeses, they come from higher self, they come from spirit. And the intention is extending time while having the higher universal law of acceptance work in high gear. So you will receive form and level of transformation in whatever you have accepted or not accepted. So, I notice a few viewers are letting go of location, just focusing on time, that's fine. It just depends on the level of your soul development, what you can take in. So, whatever you experience, it's fine. And we're going to expand 1 week. 1 week in front, 1 week behind. And remember, the higher universal law of acceptance is bringing balance and allowing you to become aware of what you have accepted in a healthy way, what you have accepted in a toxic way, and it will bring balance and karma completion and. It will shift stuff beyond our imagination. 1 month. Three months into the future, into the past. 6 months, future, past. 12 months, future, past. 24 months, future, past. 36 months, future, past. 5 years. And slowly expanding. 10 years. I feel a lot shifting behind me, but also in the future. It's really interesting. It's like shifting your life path this way. "15 years. "20 years. "25 years. Why do I do 25 years when the first time I entered that location was 20 years ago? Well, pretty easy. Usually you are in the spiritual plane, mental plane, astral plane, preparing to go somewhere. So also in those planes the healing is being received and transformation is occurring. So that's why we go further in time. And I'm gonna request the angels of high magic to connect through space and time, each viewer, individual, for those who it is aligned with their personal process, highest path of destiny, with the spirit of the center of the planets, providing them a healthy grounding, 25 years ephemeral time, in front, behind, future, past, and grounding you. It will be more easy to process out, even though this process will also be processed deeper during dream state healing. "20 years. 15 years. 10 years. And for those who are neurosensitive, that's a new word I've learned, they feel that the pressure coming via the timeline is shifting. 10 years, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6 months, 5 months, and keep having in mind that the higher universal law of acceptance is bringing balance within your self aspects, within the subconscious mind, the subliminal mind. 4 months, 3, 2, 1, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, 7 days, 6 days, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the last 24 hours, counting back, 23, 22, 21, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, and we are in total present time again. You can move your arms a little bit. Be aware of your body. I would like you to walk around, and I'm going to do that also, and then I'm going to show you the painting I've been talking about. So, how are you at the moment? Do you feel well embodied? Do you feel grounded? Do you feel present? Yeah, feeling present, that's important. I would say this is the first time I ever did this. Normally I do stuff which I've been training to do since 2008. Sometimes you need inspiration and new things to do. And from experience, new things and new stuff will bring you to a new level, a next level. And you know, life keeps being your life, your actions, your experiences. I cannot influence that. I can offer you healing experiences, which allows you to make your life a little bit lighter, a little bit more joyful, and a little bit less dramatic. That's why I'm here for at the moment for you. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Remember, if you are a regular viewer, you know that the angels will provide us with a golden sun envelope. So everything we just flew out and poured out of our systems will be refilled with our own energies. And the energies will be purified, brought to a higher vibration, and it will be filled up through the golden sun envelope. The golden sun envelope you can find between my playlists, in 2 playlists. It is within the soul development playlist and the playlist of clearing the senses of shock and trauma. And perhaps in the future there will be created another few playlists. I'm not sure, I'm not there yet. I am here today, 29th of September 2021. And you? Why don't you let me know what date it is? I would like to love to know that. You don't have to tell me and share all your experiences, but because those are private. Hey, but the date you watched the video, that's something you can do. You can comment that. Well, I would love you to do that. For you in return, no, not in return, I would do that anyways, but you know. I'm going to ask the Angels of High Magic to provide for each viewer for dream state healing, attuned to their individual needs. So one person needs 1 night, another person needs 28 nights. Whatever it will be, it will be. Dream state healing is being provided, so within your spirit will be brought to a high astral healing temple created for these type of videos, so that you will receive a fully crystallized healing process on the balancing of toxic and healthy acceptance in your life on this video. And it's meant that it will be more gentle. Because if all the healing possible from all those healing agencies would be received on a physical level, woof, like this, I suppose the coming days you would be lying in the bed, totally out. So we don't want that, do we? Because I'm pretty sure there comes a time you have either go back to school, you have to go back to work, you have to go make sure your whole life is in order. And that's why we do dream state healing, so you don't get sick. So you don't get a healing crisis, so to say. And what is also happening, which is really important to me, is that the healing agencies will call in the law of unity with the intention to dissolve the unity. Meaning, the moment you click away, you're out of the unity. You're back to being yourself, being back in your own life. Yeah, there are some things more which will be done, like karma completion, and healing agreements will be completed, dissolved. You know, those things I won't bother you, but which is still important to do. So, I'm drinking my cup of coffee. I hope you will have a splendid week. I hope you really enjoyed the experience of ephemeral time. I always do. I also am aware that it's not for everyone to be fully aware of what is truly happening, but it is amazing. I really enjoy ephemeral time while living in linear time. Yeah, time is really interesting. I think I'm gonna publish a book one day just about time. No, it won't be a book, it will be a series of videos. I think that's more easy. because time is so interesting. Once you realize there's more than linear time, once you realize linear time, you also know that you can step out of linear time and tap into it later. Both sides, past and future. Time is interesting. It is. That is, I'm now 47 and I truly hope, because I'm playing with time at least 20 years, that by the time that this lifetime ends, that I've mastered time pretty well. Well, I'm on a good track. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you enjoyed my blah 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 blah. I have that also so once in a while. And again, the guy who deserves a special thanks is Ricardo Biron. Great book coach. You need to speak German if you want to work with him, though I expect he's able to do it on English. But if you have a book and you want to have it self-published, go to this German guy. Doesn't matter if you live in the States, go to him. He's a good one. So that's my endorsement. It's not paid. I never spoke to the guy in person. I just had a group workshop 5 evenings in a row. Still, yeah, he moves, he touches stuff. He has a level of awareness which is pretty nice. So, and if you are one of the viewers who has something to bring to the table, why don't you get in touch? Why don't we schedule a meeting and let's see if we can inspire each other. And perhaps a new video will come from that. I love it. That's great. Yeah. Well, anyways, I hope to meet you one day, perhaps in person, perhaps on a group event. Let's see. I would say thanks for watching and I wish you a splendid week. Bye bye.